Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. It's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come off a disappointment last time out to put an end to their minus 3-game win streak. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led onto the field by their big mobile quarterback. He can throw it, he can run it, Colin Kaepernick.
Brandon, there's 2 weeks to go in the regular season, so you know the pressure is ramped up in so many ways. People have to win games, try and get their bonuses, the whole deal. But how about trying to close out an MVP award?
Just 2 weeks to go. There has to be a lot of pressure, though. We talked about that in previous weeks, sitting on his shoulder.
Yeah, he can talk all he wants about, I don't listen to that, and there's no pressure. All we're doing is trying to win games. He knows, we all know, he's been the one who's been leading the pack. Let's see if he can close it out.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there. You start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and
now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Oh, he stays up. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip it his timing at the line of scrimmage, have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session if he's saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that again.
2 more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
High throw, but he makes the catch. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. On the run is Connor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Again, it'll be Connor. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A 2-yard pickup brings up third and goal.
From the 8, it's third and goal. Give him 40 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with fourth down now looming. Big third down stop. I can almost hear that defense saying, go ahead, go for it, try it, try it.
You see that swagger out there, don't you? You see him saying, yeah, go ahead and give it one more shot. But I think if you're the head coach in this situation with you having the ball, just tip your cap to the guy on the other side and say, okay, you got me this time. Kick the field goal. We'll see you the rest of the game.
Well, if they would go for it and not get it, though, the other offense would have a long way to go in the other direction. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
Colts, nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rivers going to bring the Colts up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now it's Hines. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of... run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 44, Rivers, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That
Thank
means
you.
2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Counter. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Kaepernick now to throw. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 43 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. These may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, Tremont Smith. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 35.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers. Open man is Trey Burton. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
17 yards.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. At the Steelers' 47-yard
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. Whatever. Everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Blankenship's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Colts 3.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Sutton now to return. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it, when you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
from midfield. Here's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
No!
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point. Now by Boswell. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some...
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back for a Steelers score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Rodgers on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Rivers. Able to get away, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at about the 28. A minute 52 to play until halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Dashing through the snow and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Extra point now by Boswell. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Throwing again on second down. Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete.
It's now second.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Kaepernick. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 22 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
To throw, Kaepernick. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to
break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Kaepernick to throw again. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Rodgers on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half, Rivers. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And it is the Jets who have the lead late in the second quarter. Sam Darnold has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Alex Smith with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And right now they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. The Ravens trying to hold on and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
On the return, the Colts take over first and 10.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
51 to mine. 51 to mine.
They begin the drive with Hines. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off. I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 12.
From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
At their own 3-yard
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right? Get the gourmet out here, figure it all out, and you're guaranteed he'll do that going forward as well, because with a game like this, you don't want to change things too much. Oh, yeah, you also want to continue to get that great blocking he's received today, too.
Yeah, kudos to the guys up front indeed. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Back near his goal line. Here's Kaepernick. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, I think we've got evidence right now that this team's not going to be daunted at all. Just because they're backed up doesn't mean they're not going to continue to throw the football. They threw an incompletion on first down, but they came right back on second down and threw it again. And this time they hit it for not just good yardage, but a first down.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On play action, it's Kaepernick. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And hitting Juju on the slant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
At the 49-yard line.
Kaepernick now on first down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Conner. And he He's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 26. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than... ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. From 8 yards out. And the Steelers offense is running away with this one. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. 'Cause I deserve that. It's time to learn that.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
6 figures every year, yeah, earn that.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Indy set to go on offense once more. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver.
T.Y. Hilton.
And it's 2nd down.
Complete. He was covered by Steven Nelson.
To throw again. Rivers. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Intercepted.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. Back to Smith-Schuster, this time complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record. 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up!
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Second and 7.
Hey, front 80. Hey, 79. 79.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. And his throw is incomplete.
Pass intended for Trey Burton. Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun. Rivers. This one into the hands of Burton. Line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. spinning away. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower?
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, an 80-yard touchdown. And this offense is running away with this one. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Smith to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
T.J. Watt.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Operating from the gun. Rivers, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Colts on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, Rivers. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. 1st down, Rivers fighting Hilton on the slant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. To the air again here, Rivers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
T.J. Watt. Phillip Rivers sacked.
Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And the pressure gets to him again. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And that sack leaves Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long. From the gun, Rivers. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play on 3rd there for the Steelers. 52 yards. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long when they throw the football. They're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make, and there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Right there.
Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Kaepernick. And it's caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
2. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
That keeps the score. Steelers.
I know we could sit up here
Colts 3.
and dance around it a little bit,
Boswell to kick off.
but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me over Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, pockets LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that. It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped lead them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
today. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. This was the scene a few minutes ago, the dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel, and they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They were losers last time out, but winners of 7 of 9 prior to that. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in at 15-0, one win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns offense getting ready for their first drive as they will do so behind their quarterback in his third year now from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Play fake, Mayfield. And his first look is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
He was covered by Steven Nelson.
Mayfield off the play fake. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton.
His pass intercepted by the Steelers. They'll take over first and
So the
10.
Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback who played for the Nevada Wolfpack in college. It's Colin Kaepernick.
I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for league MVP. You've got to vote. I've got to vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one, though. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not supposed to say who we're voting for, but I can say this. He's in the stadium right now. So there you go. There's my hint.
There's your hint right there. I'm going to wait until after this one is over. He's got to sway me with one more performance.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Kaepernick's pass.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. That catch good for only a couple.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 22-yard scamper, and the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And there he had to break multiple tackles to earn that touchdown. Bottom line, he earned that touchdown.
Indeed, he did. That was pretty much a get-off-of-me run and all the way into the end zone.
Chris. Boswell now for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From just inside the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
31-yard line.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's that they clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows? You might get on one of those magical runs.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now it's Connor. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Kaepernick going to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
Kaepernick's pass.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 yards. And the Steelers 1st down.
Play action. Now Kaepernick. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Kaepernick. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Taking it right down Broadway. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 53 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Boswell for the extra point.
The point after.
And it is now 21-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Johnson now returning. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry.
Mayfield's pass.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
12 yards on the play. Leads to 3rd down and 1.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And this is going to be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Now Kaepernick. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
And a Steeler 1st down.
They run with Conner. And a nice spin into some open field. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Now, 1st quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returning it, Johnson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
No, he almost had it.
Mayfield
already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Brings up 3rd down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Here's Jamie. Gillen down as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And these guys locked into that #1 seed. That's been a foregone conclusion for a while now. The question on everyone's mind, can they finish the regular season a perfect 16-0?
And it all comes back to philosophy of the organization, philosophy of the head coach, and, of course, the locker room itself. What do the players want to do? And I think what most teams would do in this situation is approach it, let's win every game, but let's be smart about doing it. So it doesn't mean that they're going to go all out if indeed they do need to rest a few people.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Check two. Switch. Sunday.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of
7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up second down. They'll run here with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and a defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Boswell for the extra point.
The point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here comes Johnson on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on second down. Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point now by Boswell. going to fake it. Spinning away. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
29-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
He was trying to go back to Beckham there, and it's third down.
Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Touchdown.
A big play there. Taking it in. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability. Cody Parkey is on now for the point. After. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. And any time a receiver's over 100 yards like he is, maybe the D coordinator scratching his head a little bit. If you're the D coordinator, what are you doing? Whatever he's not doing?
That's the best way to put it, but you have to treat him like the hot shooter in basketball, the guy that's just not missing. You run enough people at him to make him give up the ball in basketball. In this case, you've got to cover him with enough people that they throw the ball to someone else and make them beat you. Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now a pass is taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First down.
Yeah, with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Boswell for the extra point.
Point after.
And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
It's a gain of 10 and the Browns are going to get a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will... come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin in the AFC North, up at Paul Brown Stadium. Baltimore in town to take on Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who have the lead at the half. A.J. Green, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. From there, we're off to check out another game. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. John Brown, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Alvin Kamara, a touchdown run in that first half. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Sutton now to return. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 36-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On first down, Kaepernick. Ebron caught left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 10. Good for a Steeler first down.
It's a gain of 10. And a Steeler first down.
Kaepernick now to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Eric Ebron.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
Don't you do that.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Hitting Juju on the slant. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Complete to Juju.
The end result, 21 yards.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Kaepernick to throw again. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Derek Watt, his first touchdown on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point. Now by Boswell.
Point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
6-yard line.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And again, it's Chubb. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And a nice carry and a first down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished second in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
They go play action. Mayfield. Over the middle to Beckham. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
They run it again with Chubb, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
That touchdown was for all the fantasy people out there. May not change the final outcome, but some points were scored, and maybe some of the people at home are really excited to get those.
14.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Sutton now to return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
3rd and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards on the gain there, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
That's the end of the third quarter of play.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a first. First and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 26-yard line. That escapes the sack. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Pittsburgh.
To throw, Kaepernick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Again, it's Kaepernick. He's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Zach Gentry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point.
After.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. He's in a groove right now. 2 sacks last week. Also got AFC Defensive Player of the Week for that effort. Another sack right there.
He just innately understands how to get to the quarterback. He's going to be blocked differently each and every time. He knows how to counter, how to adjust, and how to get home, as they like to say.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Coming this way, here we go. Mike, 50,
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football.
Baker Mayfield sacked. A fumble on the play.
Good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Here's Jamie Gillendown as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys.
It's a foot race. 30. Past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
But what we just saw, we've seen a lot of broken tackles, and they're leading to a huge touchdown play.
Yeah, none of them more glaring than what we just saw there, but we've seen it throughout this game, whether it's in tight, running through the line, out in open field. They haven't been able to get these runners down very well. I have a feeling they'll be in pads a lot next week working on their tackling.
Extra point now by Boswell.
After.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now here's Johnson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
Kaepernick looking to throw.
47-yard line.
Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And incomplete on the deep ball. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. Going top shelf for... It's caught at the 10.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Well for the extra point.
The point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Steelers, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
you